Welcome to another show of Chef and the Fox. The Fox will be joining me very shortly. Kick off our third show. Appreciate y'all having come in here today. Uh, Once again, we want to kick off right now. We had a very successful Thursday show. Hope you guys all had a chance to basically be able to cash in on that. That's gone really nicely. Let me switch over to the StreamYard here. Let's go ahead and look at kind of see who we have in the chat today. We're going to be rocking and rolling today. We got some games kicking off. Bundesliga just kicked off. You almost had Bayern score in the first 1 minute. So just to got a recap, we got some comments already in the chat. Thanks. Oh, Bob goes against Alex, and he takes Upen under 2.5. Bob, I think you're kind of on the hill with that one. Thanks, guys, for jumping in and joining. Just to kind of give a quick recap. Bob, I like the over. I like Jenk to win that game, and I like the over 2.5. That's my thought. Kind of looking at Thursday action. On Friday, we won Sydney money line. The guys in the Discord followed that as well. Strum God said over. We cashed that as well. So we were at 2-0 Friday on the plays we gave out. The early Saturday plays that have already gone off. DJ Garden under 2.5 died a slow death. If you were smart enough and you sprinkled a little bit on the draw, which is the play I gave out on the Discord, you basically push or actually won a unit. Hammerby over 3 was a joke. They won on that. Then I gave out an extra play on the Discord. We were able to do Hammerby -1-2, which was nice. Not counted this show, but counts to my units on the Discord. Locomotive money line, we lost. Locomotive under, which is what I said was the hedge. We won, so again, that was a push. The one live read we gave out on Thursday was the MLS game not going under 4, saying under 4.5. We cashed on that. Sean, I really hope not, because I'm on Chelsea too. So I really don't want to be screwed by Chelsea today. I was already screwed by Manchester United in a personal bet, so that's not one thing I was looking forward to. Yeah, from the Discord plays, Western City Wanderers could not figure out how to score. We actually had a draw, 0-0. That was a loss. Hammerby won, though, 1-0. So that was a good win. Yeah, I 100% agree. Man U is trash. I will tell you, if you haven't taken it yet, on the Discord, I gave Barca -1.5. They've got a full entire lineup going today. We got our first goal, as we see from our friends here at Soccer24. Thank you for them for allowing us to be able to use their app. It is a great link. You should look at it if you haven't done so well. Lots of great information on there, pregame. And then they tend to be like 2 or 3 seconds, a lot of times ahead of live, supposedly TV. So they have been kind enough to allow us to show their live scores in our live show. So we thank them for that. So we're just getting going early on. one of the things I was going to say, Barca's playing a full lineup today. Messi, Griezmann, Suarez, all playing today. I like the minus 1.5. That's the play I gave out. That's the play I'm really going to stand by. There, let's look at some live actions. I took something which is going to be totally different than what my colleague, when he decides to come and join me this morning. What's up, Yella? One of the plays he gave out on Twitter today was Aston Villa plus 1.5. This is where we're going to go head-to-head. I think Liverpool is going to come out here and want to spank them. I think they win 2-0. I actually even took a little sprinkle on Liverpool win to nil at plus 1,600. All right, what's everybody on? That is not on my Discord. Just to let you know, the live plays that we gave out on Thursday, if you missed the show, that are still live. We gave out PSV money line later this afternoon. Leeds over 2.5. Fulham money line. West Ham money line. Oh, we've got a little issue coming here in the Bundesliga game. We got a possibly penalty here for Eintracht. Oh, that's going to be right outside the box. All right, Geraldo's tailed me on Discord. All right, let's keep up this great week. Okay, those of you not in there, but I think everybody right now on the show is on the Discord. We're running a pretty good week. On the Discord, I'm 25, 9, and 2, not counting today's plays. So we have some, we have a lot of games. After 12, there's only one Bundesliga game. Sean, there's a lot of the Italian games because right now we're kind of going in a funky thing. Those of us who are in the States, daylight savings time happened in Europe 2 weeks ago. We'll catch up this week. So a lot of these 10 o'clock games are 11, and a lot of these 12 o'clock games are 1 o'clock. So right now we got a VAR decision here in Eintracht whether or not the foul occurred outside the box. Looks like it occurred right on the line. This is going to be interesting. If they go where the foot actually plants, he's in the box. Bob Taylor is also trying to master Saleebian plays. He's been really nice on Saleebian plays. They gave him a red. They gave him a red. Not only questioned whether or not it was inside the box, they gave him straight red. Nine minutes into the game, Bayern will have to play with 10 players. I don't know if it's a straight red. You want to call the foul and call it inside the box? I don't call that a red. He took a step forward. He made a legit chance at the ball. The announcer says he's not playing the ball. I disagree. Werder Bremen is on top for Freiburg. I know a lot of you are probably on that game. Thank you for some of you for going out there and retweeting the show. Obviously, we're just getting going. We're in the early stages. Hopefully, be able to give you winners. Obviously, we've got some games still so much in their infancy. It's tough to kind of see some live plays. We'll definitely look at some live action. The first live show we hit a couple, so that's really nice. Morato's on some first halves. First half over 1.5 in the Eintracht game. First half, actually, that's not a bad play. When we could get that live? I've got everything frozen. We got Lazio Roma getting ready to kick off. Roma Napoli. Rosso Chievo, sorry. Chievo actually beating Lazio. Not surprised. Once again, we always kind of say tread lightly when you have these teams that have UCLL commitments and Champions League commitments and Europa commitments the following week. Oh, to me, I'm like, if you're going to give them a red, especially straight red, you better really look at malicious intent. I don't see that. I would have just done the. They didn't even give him PK. They just gave him a red. Yeah, Sean, you're gonna have to show me these great New Jersey lines that you're getting that obviously are gonna be 100 times better than what I could get. Is FanDuel not that great in soccer? It's not. Okay. Your book took down all live Bundesliga games. DraftKings? Okay. Yeah, this will be interesting because unfortunately I'm on Bayern and in ACA pretty heavily. It's taking that like 3 favorites ACA, and this may screw me pretty bad. So I'm gonna a Bayern, Liverpool, Chelsea, ACA, ending with Boise State. So Bob, you're where were you watching the Wanderers game? And that was at like 2:30 in the morning, so you must have had a very good night. It's 2:30 my time. What channel was the Australian A League? Oh, ESPN Plus. Okay, cool. That's great to know. I used to watch them in streams and different things of that nature, but yeah. Oh, okay. How much is a fun game to watch? Hammerby is so fun to watch. So Bayern playing with 10 men. Dortmund, Wolfsburg. Just to let you know, I took a both teams to score on that. I didn't post it in the Discord. It was like minus 130. I think Dortmund has got to realize they've got to eventually win some games. One of the things I'm watching that first half only in goals is 0.5 at minus 200. If we get going and we can get another 15 minutes in here, or another 10 minutes in here, that might be something to look at early. Wolfsburg is a draw machine. They absolutely love the draw. That's been one of the kind of interesting things going on with this year's Bundesliga. There hasn't been the onslaught. It has not been the goals Liga as it has been in previous years. Some of your top teams that used to just score like crazy can't figure out how to put the ball in the net. Dortmund, Leverkusen. I think Mönchengladbach will eventually get better. Hertha and Hoffenheim are one of the two teams I like to take overs. What's up, D? Thanks for joining. Thanks for looking at. See what we've got. Capper Investments. That could be Twatty. That could be Tyler. That could be one of those. I think it's Twatty. Appreciate you joining, Twatty. I still have not seen a actually confirmed soccer bet from Capper Investments. Wops, thanks for joining in. Thanks for coming. We're just looking for some ability for some live plays. Like I said, we still got games that haven't taken off. If you're not in those, I definitely highly recommend those. It's funny. My colleague texted me at 6:30 in the morning. He's like, I can't sleep. I'm ready to go on. My guess is he finally got a chance to sleep, and he's sleeping right now. So hopefully he pops back on a little later, but we'll see. We'll be on for a little bit, just kind of sharing some early soccer plays until we get going here with some college football, obviously, starting at 12 o'clock. Yes, I'm full gear with Miami. As all you know, I'm a huge Miami fan, but I actually think FSU wins by 10. So I think it's going to be a very depressing day for me in that regards. Roma gets on the board, and they're not a huge class. They're up 1-0. Mönchengladbach gets on the board 1-0 over Leverkusen. I really like this Gladbach team. I think once they kind of start to figure out how to play with Sever, I love Brielle Mbalo. Miriam Thuram is starting to figure out ways there because they've moved him from left mid to center mid to left striker. He plays all over the place. Trying to find a place where they can stick him and he can actually get some quality in there. But they're up 1-0. I don't think this Leverkusen there. The price was too high for me to take it. That's one of the reasons I didn't have the play. This Leverkusen is not the same team. They lost some guys in the transfer window, and they can't score. Believe it or not, with that goal, if Bayern doesn't win, Mönchengladbach will be leading the Bundesliga. Yes, D, I bet FSU. Bob, I just want some guy that's confident to be the AD for Miami. I don't care if he was an ex-player or not. Alonzo Highsmith has got some track record in a couple different places, so I could see that. But I'll be honest with you, with the new rule, it's going to be very tough because what most people don't realize when you look at the University of Miami, its max attendance all 4 years is about 10,000 students. You look at Alabama, you look at an LSU, you look at a Florida State, you look at a Florida. It's 40,000 every year. 40,000 students. So to sit there and say, well, they have such a bigger alumni. Yeah, because they're literally has 30,000 more kids at the school every single year. It's not even close. So once college football becomes even bigger business, like what advertising deals can you get? Freiburg ties the game 1-1, as you can see again from our friends from Soccer 24, updating right away. It becomes such big business, and everyone knows I've sat there and I heard it. It's going to be recruiting contracts for some of the top players of like yeah, I'll go to USC, and I've got 3 TV deals, and a commercial is already on board. Blah blah blah. For there, it's going to be agents trying to finalize those deals before they sign in the dotted line with the school. The school may know nothing about it, but all those things are going to be intertwined. I mean, if you don't have like teams like the Alabama Boosters or the Nebraska Boosters, those schools could be in trouble because they're not in a major market. But again, you have some huge pockets for some boosters, so I believe you'll find somebody out there to put up the money. But yeah, I but back to soccer. Looking at some options. Nobody's behind that we can see. I mean, maybe this Bayern Munich line is a little interesting. Right now, you can get Eintracht Frankfurt a draw no bet at plus 130 with Bayern with a red card. That's very interesting since Bayern's playing with 10 players. That's like the ultimate disrespect that, hey, we still, the bookies still believe Bayern's going to win or at least draw. Yeah, University of Georgia is right outside Atlanta. That Freiburg goals we could see, VAR took the goal away. So we still have Werder Bremen up by 1. Yeah, I've got a lot of plays to look at. I've got some things there. I did pretty well in horse racing yesterday, thanks to a Capper Investments guy helped me out there. So yeah, we cashed there. So I've got to look for tomorrow, so I could get some plays in. I really appreciate that guy. So. So what's everybody else on? That's the thing. We just got to see some opportunities that are happening right here. We are joined us, just to let you know, if you hear somebody in the background, my son decided to wake up before noon. That's quite impressive for him. Eintracht needs to really slow it down a little bit here. They're trying to play too many balls like over the top, get one-on-one actions. You got a man advantage. Work the ball around. Oh, you had him right there. Get your head up. Right there. Here we go. First goal. Boom, Eintracht. 1-0. Just to let you know, I did hop on that 130 when I said it. I just didn't get a chance to grab it. So Bayern Leverkusen ties up the game with Mönchengladbach. Sorry, I know some of you were pretty high on the Mönchengladbach. Oh. So let's see what other opportunities we got. Some games. Holy cow. Verona scores again. They're up 2-0 on Lazio. Lazio at 0 goals is minus 167. So the bettors don't believe Lazio is going to score any goals. The over 2.5 is at minus 200. So they're assuming that Verona is going to win this game by 3. You could take but here's the other thing. The over 2.5 is minus 200, but win the rest of regulation is plus 180. I'm actually going to take that. I'm going to take that for a small stake. Win the rest of regulation for Chievo Verona. Let me look at this Lazio lineup and see if Milinovic is in there. If Milinovic is not playing, also, it was kind of interesting to see in that Atlanta United game. We talked about it. We had a missed penalty, and I said, "Oh, you have the curse of the penalty." All right, so this is a cup game. Didn't even realize. That's why I didn't have Lazio playing Serie A today. Oh, that's the. Oh, that's. Is this the under 19 team? I don't even have this game. Yeah, they played. They're 11. I must be. I don't know why. I think I'm looking at this under 19 team. I don't care. Based on the numbers and the odds, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Chievo Verona under 19 team plus 315 to win the rest of regulation. It's at the 71st minute. That's why. All right. So what I'm going to do is what you guys all laugh at me, but I'm going to take a hedge bet. Chievo Verona to win the rest of regulation plus 320, and I'm going to take an under 2.5 at plus 125. Either way, as long as Lazio Roma is not the one that scores, which the bettors don't believe they have any chance to score. You got the draw at minus 130, so I think there's one more goal. So I'm going to see Freiburg does score finally now, ties it up. So right now in the Bundesliga, if you have got any of the over 2.5s, but again, they stopped doing really under 2.5s in the Bundesliga, so I doubt you have those. There's Hertha Berlin does have an under 2.5 later today. I definitely would take it. Hey, GV, thanks for joining us. Leipzig gets their second goal. They're going to be walking away from Mainz now. What do we have for the Leipzig game now? They froze everything. Roma's up 1. Not getting any good looks there. And of course, the one game that I thought we could see some games, Dortmund again is coming in, can't score. So it's 11 o'clock. We're going to get the start of the Premier League games to kick off now. Just to recap for those of you joining late, I've joined Alex on the over 2.5 in the Arsenal Wolves. I've got West Ham money line. We have Fulham money line, Leeds over 2.5. personally, on a personal bet, I've got City -3 and the over 4. All right, my colleague is getting ready to join us. Good morning, EG. Yeah, Bob, that was nuts with Joseph Martinez. That cost me a future bet at +500. I was quite pissed. So, yes. I had Atlanta United to win it all, which obviously went down in flames. I did take 2 other teams in full disclosure, and you can see where I had some early looks that weren't as well as New York Red Bulls with my favorite 3-name person. And then I had the Kansas City Sporting Wiz, which turns out to that's like taking the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. Hey, Sean, what's up? Yeah, Arsenal Wolves over 2.5. I'm tailing Alex on that, Sean. Yeah, that's a play Alex gave out. I was going waffling back and forth on that. Ozil is actually playing today. That's one of the reasons. Lacazette is actually the center forward today, but Aubameyang is playing left wing instead of Nicolas Pepe. And Zaballos rolls in there on the right side. Guendouzi and Torreira. Nice. You've got a full squad with Wolves, including Adama Traore.
This is a goal. Told you. Watch them. They just scored. That was so good.
Eintracht Frankfurt passes another one in 2-0. If any of you jumped on that +130, that's an easy casher right now, it looks like.
That was so obvious.
My son wants full credit that he actually called this up during the build-up, that he saw it right away.
Perfect.
I actually thought he missed the goal when I first looked at it.
Good play.
Yep.
Plays out wide. Looks for the switch. Here you go.
Yep. This is a Bayern team that's having all kinds of issues. We got a goal in the English Championship, it looks like. Looking at our friends again at Soccer 2-4. Birmingham is beating Cardiff 1-0. Can you guys all see the Soccer 2-4 screen good enough to actually have it there, or should I have less plays on it? D, like I said, plays that we could hop on. I gave out all the Premier ones, stuff that we're looking at. Games that have them there, I like PSV later today, money line. I probably am on an island this, but I actually like the Atletico Madrid over 2. I love the Barcelona -1.5, especially with the lineup that they brought out today. Inter over 2.5. I like the Inter money line. I gave that out on the Discord. Another personal play is Amiens in the Ligue. Ligue. Money line. I like Zenit versus CSKA Moscow. We're big on Leicester City tomorrow. We've got another goal. RB Leipzig up 3-0. So Geraldo's over first half, cashed easy. Eintracht Bayern over first half, cash easy. Great job, Geraldo.
Oh, I off.
Looks like Bayern puts it in the net, but we have an offsides call. All right, let's see what options we have. One of the interesting things, okay, you got a 0-0 game in Dortmund-Wolfsburg. Dortmund's yet to show anything. As a championship league game next week, you can get Wolfsburg at draw no bet at plus 335. Royce has already been substituted. Mario Götze's in. Witzel's not playing. Hakimi, he normally plays left back. Bayern scores. We're not over yet, boys. 2-1. Lewandowski. You should take him to anytime score every game in the season. Dynamo Zagreb, who is a money line ACA, scores easily. 1-0. Weghorst is playing for Dortmund. For Wolfsburg. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take Wolfsburg on a small bet at plus 335. Oh, damn, they froze it. I might not be the only person that was thinking this. Go get him beside.
You never need to mute the mic. Push it up.
Can you go get him to stop?
Doggo!
Went on mute for a second there because as you can see, my dog's having some fun.
There's nothing there.
Geraldo, what do you mean you need Bayern? Okay, yeah, you just cashed to both teams to score. I'm going to get on this Wolfsburg. Royce got hurt, and that's why the line went to plus 310. I'm going to get on it for a small $10 bet. $10 win 30. Plus 300. I don't think Dortmund really has anybody on the line that scored. Damn it! I just looked at that. Leipzig scored again, but I was tempted to take the over 3.5 for the half. Damn it! I literally just looked at the price on that. Leipzig's going to walk away with that easily.
Come here.
So if you have the over in the Mainz Leipzig game, you cash. If you have the Leipzig money line, you cash. If you have the Leipzig -1, you cash. That turned out to be a joke. Leipzig has been having trouble scoring, so this is kind of very interesting for them. Barcelona and Levante. Leipzig over 3.5. Gerardo is having a hell of a day. All pretty much with Bundesliga action. Of course, in opposite news, the Premier League has 0 goals with 6 games. But again, they're only 10 minutes in. So let's see what we got. We got Roma, Napoli, Still in a 1-0 draw. Roma's a minus 333. There's no value here. There is value if you want to take the under, though. The under 2.5 is at minus 105. Is Edin Dzeko playing? Oh, and we have a curse of a PK missed by Roma. Edin Dzeko is playing. Oh, and Kolarov misses the PK. Mönchengladbach is up 2-1. The over 3 is a push right now. That was the pregame. D-Money, my leans in college football at 12 o'clock are really simple. I have UCF minus 21. I have Michigan minus 21, if you want to sense the theme here. I have Liberty over 68.5. It's now climbed to 70.5. Liberty, Massachusetts sucks. There goes Chievo Verona getting that third goal. So as long as they can hold on, this Chievo U19 plus 300 is going to cash. Hull gets the first score. Yeah, the other thing I was on at 12 o'clock, not touching the Nebraska Purdue, not touching BC College. What was the other 12? My line book sucks. It's like everything's all jumbled up. Yeah, those are the things I'm on at 12 o'clock. So, yeah.
You Man City losing? Oh,
I don't have Man City losing. Mike's having some issues joining the show. All right, Leipzig, just because they really just want to score 4,000 goals. We got Leipzig up 5. Roma gets another PK, so that's 2 PKs in the game. This time Kolarov scores. They're up 2-0. That game's over. Napoli's not a team that can score. Which could be the biggest shocker of the game, Southampton. Right, Sean? Southampton, you see right on the scoreboard, is beating Man City. Let's see. What did anybody look at the lineup for Man City today? I'm on the over 4 too, so I'm not too bad about that. James Ward-Prowse, who's been there forever. Aguero's playing. Sterling's playing. De Bruyne's playing. They're actually playing with 2 guys that actually play defense normally. I have no idea who this guy Angelino is. 22-year-old defenseman, plays sparingly. Fernandino's really essential defensive mid, playing center back, but he's playing center back for the last 3 or 4 games. We need Fulham to get in gear here. Barcelona's racking up yellow cards. Only one shot on goal in 15 minutes in that game. Not loving that. Halftime to Leipzig. Oh, damn, we missed an opportunity there. Sean is mentioning the Liverpool players. Not sure why. We got Mane, Saleh, Firmino. They're playing a full lineup versus Aston Villa, which is what I saw earlier in the day. That's it. Sheffield United is on the board, 1-0 versus Burnley. Newcastle scores versus West Ham, unfortunately.
That's a goal. Oh, you're sending a goal here.
But there's a review that may not last. Our welcome, Michael. I would say welcome to see you wake up here.
Hey, if it figures the one day I get some sleep, we're supposed to do a show, huh?
Yeah. So a couple things we're on. We've talked Bundesliga games. We talked that, Mike. We went over our plays on Thursday. Mike, we're actually 6-2 so far on our plays from Thursday night show. That's straight cash. Of course, our one live play. We've done a couple weird live plays that I did.
It was a good Friday yesterday for once. We went 2-0 on a Friday. Usually we're at least 1-1. Fridays are a bit dreadful, so that was a good look.
Yeah, anytime we win on a Friday is really nice. We were 5-1 in the Discord, so yep.
What game are you watching right now?
A couple games were live. We've looked at. We jumped on Eintracht Frankfurt plus 130, a draw no bet when it was 2-0, and Bayern down to 10 players. We've got several people in the chat here, which talking. I'm on a weird play. I'm on Chievo Verona under 19 team to win the rest of regulation when it's 2-0. We got a goal at plus 300 and the under 2.5. Obviously, the under 2.5 was plus 130. So as long as Chievo holds out here, we'll end up with a plus 200 win. I'm on. We jumped on Wolfsburg draw no bet with. Basically, money line draw no bet at plus 300 with Marco Reus getting hurt and substituted, and Hakimi playing left back.
Wow.
I don't see anybody on the field that's really a huge threat for Dortmund. Mario Götze's on, but I have very little confidence in Mario Götze. Julian Brandt, probably the best guy, and Thorgan Hazard was great on his last team. I'm Mönchengladbach, but he can't score for Dortmund. I don't think he's scored for Dortmund yet.
No.
Getting all kinds of play and just there. So there's nobody that really scares me on this thing. Witzel's out. You have Dahoud and Weigl playing midfield. As long as Vegas is in for Wolfsburg, I think they have the actually more potent striker. And that's it. We get a casher. I'm probably not the only one that cashed this, but Chivo Verona under 19 wins 3-0. Able to sit there and come back. We get the plus 200 that last. So off to a fun time. Arsenal scores 1-0. I know Mike has completely worn off our Arsenal scoring. His Aston Villa play at plus 1.5 looks good. Aston Villa puts one on the board. Again, thanks to our friends here at Soccer24 for allowing us to be able to use their website to be able to give you guys live plays on time directly through. I was kind of shocked with the Aston Villa game. I really thought Poole was going to come out here and just slide him. They were playing a full team, just like Barcelona is one of the games I said is playing a full team. Thought they would have put something on the board by now. With the big three, I totally disagree with this red card in the Bundesliga game. If you're going to give it PK, give it PK, but you don't give him a red there. I think it's a yellow card infringement. And a PK what I would do. Newcastle, unfortunately, is busting up your West Ham play. They're up 1-0, about to score again.
Wow.
Stop.
Two 2-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, I figure it's the time that Newcastle wants to come out and play. It's when I'm on West Ham.
Yeah, well, Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle's an interesting team. I mean, you sit there and you look at the one thing when Newcastle's at home, I don't mind. It's actually the farthest route of any Premier League team to travel. So I do laugh when the guys tell me that because I'm like, yeah, but it's like a 3-hour trip. It's not like you're flying across the country. This is not a 4-hour flight into California.
No,
It's
yeah.
a 6-hour flight into California. I was like, this is a 3-hour flight. This is like flying down to Texas from where I'm at. Not a big deal. Really shouldn't hurt you as bad as like that. So, Barcelona, that game looks to be very, very boring. We're watching it now. We've got Levante with 3 shots attempted, none on goal. We've got Barca holding all the possession as they always do, with only 1 shot on goal. And then here we go, right down, one in the middle. He makes the wrong decision. He smacks the defender when he had a man wide open in the middle of the box. Bad cutback.
Yeah, I was just looking at that game. We can get Levante right now plus 1.5 at 1.83.
The big 3 are all playing. Derby scores, makes it 1-0.
Oh yeah, I like Derby.
Yeah, I just don't think they have the firepower they've had in previous years. D-Money has given us a college football play. Hawaii minus 2.5. That's his big play.
Isn't that down to like almost 1 now?
Might be. Who are they playing?
I think they're playing Fresno. I think that was down to like almost 1.5.
Fresno's always an interesting team. They play
Almost 1.5 for 1. There was a kid from one of our high schools out here last year that was supposed to go to Fresno State, but instead he went to, I want to say, Air Force, and he was scouted by a few different teams, and why he chose Air Force, beyond me.
Did he want to be in the Air Force?
I don't know. I mean, given the types of schools that were scouting him, it's kind of weird that you would choose the Air Force over the D1 schools that were looking at him. I mean, all power to him. I mean, I'm not knocking his choice to go to the Air Force or anything, but you have a chance to go to a couple of D1 powerhouses.
Yeah. That's interesting. Since I've turned on the Barcelona game, Barcelona is the only one to actually touch the ball.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes. And then they have like 70% possession, but they end up drawing 1-1 or losing 2-1, 1-0.
How favored are you this West Ham Newcastle? It's still only 26 minutes in the game. West Ham's plus 550 on the draw no bet.
I was on a game, I think it was last year, forgot who the hell they were playing. And I was on West Ham, I think it was -1. And they went down probably 3 or 4-0. And in the second half, they came back and won 5-4. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to make a move here in the second half.
Yeah, I'll throw a Gerardo bet on that just there. That's probably perfectly fine.
I'm loving this Southampton right now.
Yeah, I'm on the over 4 and the -3 for City personally. Not in anything I gave out, but just I don't know. Sometimes just by principle alone, I have to just take it.
No,
normally I do the opposite because any team that has Champions League games before you get multiple goals. I took the opposite. We cashed with Swally yesterday in the Discord because the line never moved to 2, so I stayed at the 2.5 and I took Swally. A little worried when it was 3-0, but they came back and made it 3-1 and then got a late goal to make it 3-2. And it was like, okay. I was like, oh, crap. They might actually win the game.
Yeah, and I had Southampton circle 2 +3 because, I mean, they just played 3 days ago. I mean,
and City destroyed them.
There's, what was it, 3-1?
Yeah. Now, the line was better than what you had, so yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much just like a play like I had with Villa +1.5. I mean, Southampton's going to actually come out here and try to play, so +3 was obviously the right side there. Didn't pull the freaking trigger on it.
Yeah, a little shocked in the Leeds game, but it's happened several times in the championship game, so not too worried that we have 0 goals.
I think I had Leipzig. Leipzig's up 5-0 in the first half. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that game is just an absolute slaughter. Didn't you have the under 4.5?
I forgot what I posted. I know I posted something on Leipzig.
Yep.
If I posted under 4.5, I'm going to be pissed.
Liverpool ties it up 1-1.
Yeah,
Sean Shorkey's saying.
there we go.
So let's see what things. So Roma Napoli is 2-0 at the 71st minute. Do you see another goal? I don't think Napoli scores.
I didn't even post my Leipzig play. All right. So what I posted last night on Twitter was Villa +1.5. West Ham. I posted Brighton Norwich under 3. Fulham Hull City over 2.5.
Shorkey is telling us that VAR strikes again, takes it back.
What do you think about so far about VAR in Premier League? You think it's doing any justice? You think it's hurting the league? You think it's helping?
I think it's a little less question about VAR and more an issue on the handball rule.
Okay.
I don't mind VAR, especially when you're checking offsides, things of that nature on the play. I do mind it when they're checking like a foul that occurred 5 minutes before the build-up, and there was 4 extra passes, and then you're like, well, that foul out there. Like, well, there's fouls in every play.
Right.
If you don't think guys' shins and cleats get kicked all the time, they get constantly. But the fact that they're like, an inadvertent handball where the handball's off to the side there and maybe not tucked behind the back and barely touches and grazes. That's the rule when they go to VAR. Oh, Messi with a shot kick save. What a beauty. I know it's not hockey, but that's the phrase. Napoli scores. There goes that under 2.5.
I had Roma circled on my short list too. I can't believe it. And they were at plus money. I think they were at 2.15.
Yeah. Those of you who follow the Aberdeen Dons, they're up 2-0. I looked at them. They're the only third team in the Scottish Premier League to ever take a look at. My Scottish friend is basically texting me every time they score. I told her to come on the show and talk Scottish Premier League. The only thing you'll get is Aberdeen. We'll just go with Aberdeen.
VAR just missed a clear handball. Southampton.
Because I do think VAR, like in a Bundesliga, goes the opposite way. It results in goals. I think in the Premier League, for the most part, it probably takes goals away.
Yeah.
Because like they've taken more goals away that I see like with headers and things of that nature. Where it's like, oh, it's slicey, it's right, barely touched the arm. Okay. Some of that you just got to say that's just natural. It's gone on for 60, 70 years. But the offsides thing with VAR, I'm perfectly fine with.
They have this, it's the handball that leads up, that builds up to the goal. They had that one with Gabriel Jesus when they were playing. City was playing Tottenham. He scored that go-ahead goal in like the 92nd minute, but they said there was a handball. But there was still like 2 more passes before he even scored the goal. That kind of stuff right there needs to get cleaned up. I mean,
yeah, that's the kind of stuff that kind of. I mean, if you let the play go on.
I mean, granted, I want City to drop any points they can. So I mean, I don't really care. But I mean,
you have any futures on Liverpool?
I have. Let's see, what do I have? I have Liverpool to be on top at Christmas, and I think that was at like.
Where did you find a Liverpool to be on top come Christmas?
It was. Like it was on Bovada, and I have Liverpool to go unbeaten at 61.
Our master of Slovenian soccer. That's pretty cool. That was Bovada had that? Yeah, Bovada until they get here where I'm at. Yeah, I can't get when I log in the site. It's like you can't get this, and I'm like, okay, thanks. So our master of Slovenian soccer is on a play this morning. Celje, Bob, what was the actual play? Was it Celje win in over 2.5? He's trying to be the Slovenian master. He's actually done very well in the Slovenian plays. Definitely follow that on the Discord if you're not already. We got Barcelona can't score. We got Bayern down 1. Well, at least we got games that started back. So let's go back to that game.
Here's how much Southampton is getting disrespected. They're up 1-0, and you can still get them at plus 1.5 at 1.83.
Well, that's the same thing. I mean, Aston Villa's at plus 170.
They're just
draw no bet.
They're just begging us to take Southampton here.
Yeah, that's when you're like, RB Leipzig has decided. All right, I got to get on this game a little bit more. They've decided they're just going to score 7,000 goals. It's going to be 6-0.
Let's see here.
They had an over 6.5, but that's off the board now that they just scored. That's just crazy.
Looks like Brighton and Norwich under is gonna come through pretty nicely.
You're on Brighton Norwich? What do you want in that game?
Under 2.5.
Goal Eintracht Frankfurt, 3-1. So if you run the over 3.5, you cash that. If you're on the live plus 130, we're looking good. If you're also on the Bayern Munich money line with some other people money line like Liverpool, you're really hating life.
What the hell was the price on a Bayern Munich money line? Usually that's like minus 11.
Minus 2.
Minus 11,000.
No, it's minus 280.
Minus 280.
Barcelona's taking a PK right now. All guesses of who's going to take the PK.
Gee. They have this guy. His name's like Messi.
We'll tell you, this Levante goalie has got to be the shortest goalie I've ever seen. He's the same size as the ref. They just stood next to each other. He's the same size. By the way, Leipzig scored again.
I see that.
That sucks because they never unfroze the line. So I couldn't get on the over 7.5.
Yeah, the current line is minus 8, 2.2.
Messi scores. Shocking. It wasn't even close. Definitely should have been on this Leipzig game. Guaranteed that. That's just a joke.
I want to say I had.
Mainz has been a pretty good team too.
I want to say I had Leipzig minus 1.
If you got a minus 1 on that, yeah, that was just gorgeous. What's the English Championship game that scored there? Cardiff. So Cardiff spotted Birmingham 1 goal and has gone on to score 2 after that. Reading is destroying Millwall 2-0. Nottingham's about to score. That's what's coming on the page. And the 2 games that we thought we were going to have goals have won. Fulham down 1-0. Leeds 0-0.
Yeah, we need goals in Fulham. Oh. Oh my God! Yesterday, I ended up taking at the last minute. Bristol, Toronto bet. They were up 2-0. They conceded a goal in probably around the 60-something minute. And then they concede the equalizer in the 95th minute on a match they should have won. We ended up pushing. Seriously?
Yeah, they are not. Liverpool's still at minus 200 to win this game.
Yeah, that's insane. They're not.
City's at minus 714 for draw no bet. Granted, it's only 1 goal. So Leeds gets on the board.
Nice.
There we go. My favorite QPR defense strikes again.
You got QPR is I'll take them at home. I mean, I wouldn't take them at home against Leeds.
Leeds concedes too, so I'm not as thing. I'm not just like, yeah, we won that one. But yeah, we definitely need some goals here. Brighton Norwich is still 0-0. You said you were on Norwich on that or Brighton?
I was on under 2.5. I mean, I was expecting to see an under 2,
Yep.
but the fact that we got under 2.5, it was pretty remarkable.
So here we go with the Leipzig lines that we got. Next goal in regulation, Leipzig minus 200. Leipzig handicap -8 plus 225. FC Mainz goals of 0 minus 250.
Mainz ain't scoring.
Total regulation goals of 8.5 minus 118. I got a 7.5. I would take that, but that's basically win the rest of regulation. I like doing that. I'm going to take that. Only because I want to have something on this game. Actually, I might as well just take the 8-0 at plus 225. I mean, when you start getting above 6, the other teams just quit. I mean, they just
They don't care.
no. It's like, hey, you really just gonna come run up the score on us? Okay, fine, run up the score. It's not as bad as that UNL Tigres game from earlier in the year where the other team quit for 20 minutes and the other team just decided to shoot. Sheffield United up 2-0. Yeah, PSG. I don't know what happened to that. Slammy, they basically came. They started their best lineup they started all year. You had Mbappe, you had Icardi, and you had Di Maria all on the field at the same time. I start to think it's a service. I mean, as everyone tells me how great Verratti is, I don't see anything. I mean, he's skillful. He's a really good player, but he makes some really dumb decisions, some really bad passes. And Barcelona's ticky-tacking all the way down the field. Drops the ball in front of the box. The ball's rolling. Saved by the defender on the line. Ball rolled past the keeper. Let me put it this way. Messi literally just put his hand on top of the keeper's head, which shows you how short this guy is. It's a one-touch. It nutmegs him. Messi on the ground, kicks it. Ball's rolling. Center back picks it up at the line, clears it. But I don't think I've ever seen a keeper in professional soccer on the higher end leagues that's so short. Normally they're 6'2", 6'3". This kid's Messi's what, 5'6"? This guy's got to be like 5'10". It's like all the years in high school, and I'd look over and I'd see some high school team put out this keeper that's really small. I'm like, guys, shoot high. Shoot high. Force him to show he can actually save it. I don't care if you shoot from 30 feet. Just shoot high.
All right, it's
Sheffield United has ended this game. They're up 3-0.
we're in the 44th minute of Villa and Liverpool, and it's 1-0, and we are getting an under 3 at 2.1.
I got an under 3.5 at minus 1.67.
That looks
I'm gonna
golden.
take that.
That looks golden.
All right. We haven't used the word official play. I've just kind of given you guys options and lines and said that I'm taking the Liverpool live line under 3.5 minus 1.67. Take that for a small $10 bet. Nothing crazy. I don't know. I mean, I might take that more. I'm not watching that game. That's the only reason I'm not taking that. I'm watching 3 others. So
I have that.
Bob Testa, Mauro Campos was 5'6".
I have Liverpool on. I have City on, and I have Roma on.
Dortmund scores 1-0.
Oh,
Wonder who that is.
This is like the only Saturday I don't have any Bundesliga on FS1.
I have Bayern Munich on
Do you have Bayern Munich on
FS2.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Thorgan Hazard gets his first Dortmund goal. Like we said, the question was who's going to score. He was the guy who's capable of doing it, just hasn't done it all year. That would be actually really welcome signs to fans here.
For Chelsea.
So if you haven't hit it, guys, I'm going to do the arbitrary. This is probably the only commercials I like to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're in our infancy here. Obviously, we've had as many as 70 people on before today, not as much, but obviously it's a niche market that we're looking at. But appreciate you all for joining. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. That's it. I'm not going to do a 10-minute commercial.
So the game coming on next, Watford Chelsea. Did you have any looks on that?
Chelsea money line is what I gave out on the show Thursday, but it was a lot smaller then than what it is now. Do we have a lineup yet for Chelsea? Yeah, we do. We should.
It's at 1.62 now. I know it's went down.
Yeah, it's not till 1:30 because of the time change. Yep.
No, yeah, it's after the Southampton Man City.
Yep. The games that I like later, I like the 1:30 Hertha Berlin over 2.5. I like the Inter money line. I like the Inter over 2.5. I'm telling Alex on that. We talked about the PSV game on Thursday. I like the Zenit game at 12 o'clock. That's our next game. I like Zenit money line. It's gone down considerably. When we took it on the other day, I got it at minus. I gotta look what I got it, but I got it at a decent line where it wasn't killer. It's already down to like 1.5 right now. So, yeah, I got a minus 150.
Burnley is getting destroyed right now. Jesus Christ!
You've got a Werder Bremen goal, as we can see right on the screen. We got an Eintracht Frankfurt goal again. That plus 130 looks great. That's golden. We're going to cash that. It's nice to cash your first live play that you gave out. 4-1. Of course, obviously, we cashed it after we saw the team with the red card. Unfortunately, my one book, I can't do any live betting, so I just got to take the loss that I'm going to take in that game. That's going to be kind of a shame. Or sometimes I look up and I'm like, what the? Crap. That's where I'm on Chelsea, so I need to take Chelsea again. So I took Chelsea with two, what I thought were good choices, but the red card, and that's the one thing with soccer that you never know what's going on. That could constantly change who you think was going to win a game is that little red card.
One of the looks that I like to look for, especially with live betting, is the corner market.
Yeah, I can't get live corners.
Oh, you can't get live corners?
No, I can get them pregame, but I can't get them live.
Oh, okay.
What do you like? I mean, I know there's a couple guys here that do the corner market.
We're currently at 5 corners. It's just halftime in Arsenal and Wolverhampton, and we can get over 10.5 corners at 1.83. I mean, you got to think there's going to be at least 6 more corners in this match in the second half.
Yeah, I think live corners make sense because if you actually listen to like the stats guys on the corner market, there's no statistical analysis when they've literally completely went through it. There's no way to say this team does more corners than the others. I mean, well, you kind of look at teams that are supposed to score a lot of goals, technically should get a lot of corners.
Right.
But it's not a guarantee. Yeah.
I think if anyone can get access to that live corner market, over 10.5 is
Let
pretty
me ask the
decent.
chat, who can get access to live corners? Just wondering. Obviously,
Especially considering we're already at 5. I mean, over 10.5 is
I definitely like that. I was trying to find the Y game, but I can't. On my one book, I cannot find a Y. Sorry, we switched to college football earlier. Someone told me to get on a game, and I was going to try to get on it.
Is that an early game? Usually they're at like midnight.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was, but
No,
no, that's
it's
what
like,
it is. It's a midnight game. Yep,
it's like-
that's what it is.
it's like 5 a.m. over there.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 more goals. Zagreb scores. Dortmund gets a goal by Guerrero. They're going to win this game. They're up 2-0.
Oh,
That's going to be a loser on my Wolfsburg live play. Sorry, guys. I like Gazmedine. Is one of the teams I bet on in the Romanian league. I normally typically go the over.
dude, he's not even offsides. They just showed the Liverpool goal that was called. Oh, that was a freaking penalty. Come on.
All right, I can see you're guessing it. If FC Hermannstad, who doesn't really score, goes the under 2.5. Okay, I can see that. I like that. I like that look. That's a nice look, Aaron. Actually, I think I'll tell you on that.
Wow, that was a. Good.
Yeah, that's the only way Gazmedine is going to get 2 goals. It's just a question, essentially, does I don't know how to say that FC Hermannstad,
Yeah.
who can't really score. I've actually got it. The money line is only at -107. That's not a. I'm actually going to add that as official play. I really like that. That was a good idea. I didn't even look at the remaining league. I selected it, but it was one of the things that I just ran out of time and didn't really look at it. So. Guys, excuse me 1 second while I put in some horse racing bets. Mike, I'm going to let you run the show for.
You know, horse racing, I was just talking to a buddy of mine, is one of those markets that I am dying to learn more about.
There is a.
And from what I understand, it's a pretty big race this weekend, yeah?
Yeah, it's a really good race. I don't do a lot. So one of the guys who's been following my plays and stuff like that was really cool. It was like we share information. And Selchi scored again, Bob. So that's 2 goals for Selchi on your Slovenian play. So that looks like that's going to go well. What was the actual play that he gave? So, like, Bob was on the over 2.5 in the Selchi game, and we've got 2 goals. Good. Nice.
All right, so
he gave me a tip sheet. It won pretty well. We hit an exacta yesterday. So the exacta, he said if you put I think it was a $5 bet, it paid $400.
holy shit.
I'm literally doing this for like $1 a bet, and I won $55 yesterday, and so I was quite happy.
Wow.
I risked 23. In the end, I won about 80, 85. Yeah. So that's kind of the same thing I'm going to do. So I just basically look at what he tells me to do, and I take what he tells me to do. Also, horse racing is one of the cool things if you take. So you can take like they take, like the 2, 5, and 4 horse. But in one of the books I have, you could literally just take the winner, and it's always plus money. So just throw a small bake on the
Yeah.
on the winner and plus 300, plus 400, plus there,
I've
and you could do that early. And that's the one thing with horse racing, which is different than any other betting. When you take the numbers and you're taking the number by the window, like the 4, the 5, the horse, that line that you're seeing there is not the line you're getting. It's the only betting where that line is going to be different. It's going to be the line essentially that finishes off at the end of the at the start of the race. So despite you looking at a line and saying that's the line, that's not actually your line.
gotcha.
That's the one thing to understand in horse racing.
I've made one horse bet, and it was I forgot what the hell the horse was. The one that won the Triple Crown last year and a half or so
Yeah, I
ago.
had that. With the Triple Crown. Yeah, okay. I had the one that got disqualified.
And it was whoever it was, I can't remember the horse's name. Will they win the Triple Crown? It was plus 120. I'm like, well, yeah, they'll probably win the Triple Crown because it was the last race and they'd already won the first two, so it was a pretty easy bet to make. But yeah, as far as like the exacta box and trifecta, yeah, that's like speaking French to me. I don't know.
Well, I've got I have a book that the minimum bet is $25. Okay, but horse racing, the minimum bet's $1. So normally, what I'll do is I'll take $25 and I'll take all these weird exactas and all this stuff, but I'm doing them for like $1 a bet. And nothing big. I mean, if I read the thing and the guy was like, yeah, he's going to win, it's just a question of whether the other horse wins. And like, okay, fine. And there's some doubles on here and there's some different things like that. And like yesterday, I basically took these, went into the chat and say, someone just tell me in the end if we won. Because I can't remember all these numbers. Oh,
No.
shit. I just took the wrong race. Well, that's probably a guaranteed loser. If that wins, guys, if I win race 1, that's all me. I took 4 random numbers on the wrong race. So I'm on the 4, 8, and 9. So probably if you're taking race 1, which is getting ready to kick off here at noon, do not take the 4, 8, or 9. Yeah, and a lot of times what you got to understand, the beginning races are crap. So like this cheat sheet doesn't even start till race 4. It's like, don't even look at those earlier ones. So, all right. So let's look at some live action. Since I've got some time in this, I'm just going to put one race in. I'll come back and forth to this. So I need race 4. It's called the Filly and Mare Splint.
All right, so we ended up taking Villa Liverpool under 3.5. We got that, right? You got that?
Yep.
Okay, so we're definitely on that. I took Arsenal, Wolverhampton over 10.5 corners if anyone else has that market on their live bet.
Yeah, we're going to lose the Wolfsburg game bet that I gave, but we won the plus 200 already on the U19 Chiva Corona team.
And I mean, Liverpool has to score here. I mean, the draw at least at 3.25.
Yeah, I was just going to look and see. So I put the one race in. I'll come back to the next race.
That's pretty appealing here.
West Ham's a plus 900.
Yeah, West Ham is.
Do you want to take the soccer? West Ham is,
West Ham is pissing me off right now.
killing us.
I mentioned on the show the other night, I have West Ham futures over 51 points, I believe. It was 50 or 51. 50 or 51.
The good news in the Leeds game is they're still giving an over 2.5. So the bookies are still hanging on to that.
I encountered a huge problem the other night. There I was watching a USL match. It was Sac Republic. It was the night I think it was the night after they got announced to come to the MLS, and they're in their playoffs, and they were playing. I think it was New Mexico, and one of the live books that I have was saying that this match was at halftime, right?
Yep.
And it was 1-1, which they were reporting the match to be 1-1, and their live total was over 2.5 at like 3.1, and I was like, "What? This isn't right?" You know?
Yep.
And it was getting hammered to the under, and I was like, "What the hell is wrong with this?" You know, it kept getting hammered, and it kept going up 3.5, 3.7, 3.8, 4.2, and I was like, what is going on here? And come to find out, they're reporting that the match was at halftime, but it was in the 92nd minute.
You basically had zero time to win that bet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how do you make that big of a mistake? I mean, granted, the game's not on TV. It's a USL match that no one outside of Sacramento probably has on TV.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
You know, you're 40 some odd minutes behind the match. Like, I mean, if somebody's, you know, if you're just blind betting that and you're like, oh, it's 1-1, it's getting hammered to the under. Of course, someone's going to take the over on that.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I've had that happen. I've had that happen in my favorite too, where I've looked up and I was like, it's minus 1.5 and there's a goal. Wait, they haven't switched it. All right, here we go. I'll just take that just to see if we can hold on to that score. I've had it too, where the other team then scores and pisses me off. Gladbach is about to score. It's just a question whether it counts. We have Southampton in the most ugliest uniforms ever. I turned off the Eintracht game.
Those remind me of the 80s Pittsburgh Pirates jerseys. Those orange, those yellow and brown striped.
Yeah, they're just weird. Zenit just kicked off, so we just got to start on that. Barcelona's at halftime. What are we looking at the Barca game? So I think that could be a chance where we look at under too.
Yeah, Barca is one of those teams. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago on the show. You know, big club Champions League teams. You know, they're under teams when they get into their domestic leagues on, you know, either before a Champions League game or after, especially Juventus. Juventus in the domestic league after they have Champions League is a dead under team. So is Liverpool. I would almost be willing to. Obviously, there's no line yet, but next week after Liverpool has their Champions League game, whoever they're playing, I'd bet under right now.
Yeah, and I mean that was the one thing where we talked about games where I get multiple goals, and you're going to sit there and give me a team that's really there. Newcastle scored again. Yeah, we're definitely on the wrong side of that game. That's sad because West Ham has. Nope, they called that off for offsides. Still alive. Because had that occurred, we are dead. We might still be dead from our pregame bet, but yeah. And my chance for a comeback is not. City's got in the box. Southampton's got the entire team into the box. If Southampton thinks they're going to be able to just sit back and defend, for the next 40 minutes.
No, yeah, they're
They're going to concede. You got 9 guys behind the ball.
Holy shit. All right,
It's going to be clinch your asses for a draw.
we're still
The
getting
draw in this City game is at plus 275.
we're still getting an under 3.5 they're giving right now. What are you getting in the City?
Under 3.5.
We're not going to see more than.
I actually think the draw is a possibility. I mean, I know City should push through and get a one goal win, but they don't look good. Southampton just hanging back, allowing balls to be placed into the box, but City doesn't look like they really have a plan. Their typical passing around, and I know eventually if you're going to kick out, you're going to get 1. But if you're going to give me plus 270 for City just to score 1, we're approaching the 50-minute mark. I mean, as of there, it's small stake, but I don't know. It's probably pre-game line was probably a lot better, so maybe it's not as good as what I think. I'm just looking at. I can see City going, okay, we got a point, we're fine. We're looking up, Liverpool's losing. Again, I think the Premier League is not their focus. Just like last year, I think they were hell on bent winning the Champions League, and which I think they should have. I think if they get by Tottenham, they win.
I mean, yeah. I definitely think they want to win the Premier League.
But I look at their
same situation last year. They were up
nature.
9? They were up 9 points last year on the table, and they had those string of draws, and that's what allowed City to get back in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab some coffee.
All right, no problem. Can you ask Andrew to go upstairs and pick up all the stuff?
I'll leave you with
We're running the dishwasher.
I'll leave you with the look of the 2 best flags.
The 2 best flags. So
There you go. I'll turn the camera.
living in California, you give me 2 Texas flags. This is almost on the same page of Max rooting for Alabama. At least they're not complete front runners. Barcelona lost Suarez. Did he get hurt or a red card? But I'm not 100% sure Suarez is that good anymore. I mean, he's a solid, talented player, don't get me wrong. Well, Newcastle scored. That ended that hope. So Suarez gets, then Carlos Perez, the youngster, comes in. I mean, I don't think Suarez, well, she's having a much better year than I thought. Oh, damn. Okay. I just don't like Suarez's antics. He's not one of my favorite players. Talented guy, but he's a pain in the ass. Dortmund's going to cruise. That's going to be a big win for them. They will take first place in the Bundesliga with all this talk of how bad they are. Actually, they won't take first place. They'll take second place. Leipzig will jump in the third. Bayern will drop the fourth. Freiburg drops 2 spots to fifth. Not shocking. Wolfsburg drops out of the top 6 when they used to be number 1 a couple weeks ago. So Mönchengladbach will be your Bundesliga leaders right now. Means their price is going to be way overinflated next week. All right, we got a yellow card here on Levante. It's not a big deal. Let's look and see what live options we have. We've given out a couple. Yeah, if it starts biting people, it might get a little more interesting. Carlos Elena goes flying. Oh, I know with college football started, probably I was going to say we're going to be on probably for right till around 12:30. Probably break it then. Thank you again, everybody, for joining. It's in the chat. This Leeds game is really pissing me off. Need some goals, especially versus bad QPR team. Barcelona at -1.5, so I'm not bad. I'd like to get the second goal. Oh, trying to look for some options and something we can sink our teeth in. And I wouldn't bet anything on Sheffield United. I'm not strong with them. Eintracht Frankfurt scored again. That makes it 5-1. But of course, all this is because Bayern's only playing with 10 guys. Eintracht's a good enough team to score. Take advantage of that. Zenit, draw no bet. It's at -400. That's kind of shocking since it was -160. But maybe. Let's see what we got here. What is this Barcelona game? Still over 2.5. Slightly favored. Win the rest of regulation with Barcelona is -143. So that's even going down, so they may not think there's another goal. Let's see if I can turn the Liverpool game on, see how that looks. It's not offside, so it's a terrible call. The Rugby World Cup that's on NBC. Arsenal's on MSNBC. It's a game we need goals. We're not getting them right now. Still plenty of time. Still 40 minutes left. Two more. No, I don't think BR is going to return that. They play in the box, but they kind of fell into each other. I wouldn't return that. Live, we're on the under 3.5 in Liverpool. We're on the under 3.5 in City. Yellow, we hit the Eintracht +130. We lost the Wolfsburg +335. We hit, probably I'm the only one to hit, Chive Verona under 19 score. And I think that's it. I'm on Leipzig -8, which looks like Leipzig's going to score here to make that a push. I can't believe I'm going to actually push on -8. But that'd be shocking if I win this. This will be hilarious. So right now that's a push. I'm glad I at least pushed on that. We're on already Barcelona -1.5. So if you're not on that yet, you can take Barcelona, win the rest of regulation. At -143. There's over 30, probably 35 minutes left in that game. You just need one goal. Timo Werner's trying to get games that are on later. PSV money line is the only thing I think that didn't hit going off. Midtjylland money line. I think that's Sunday. And that's a cup game, so be a little weary. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Yeah, we're a couple other plays for on tomorrow as well. Pyack minus 1.5. Those are essentially what we're on right now. Trying to give out some live plays to get some winners. We're waiting on this Leeds game. We're on over 2.5 on that. We're on over 2.5 in the Arsenal game. That doesn't look like that's going to cash. It's terrible because I think Sean asked me about the 2.5. So
What
I personally on a very, very small stake took City draw. Southampton's doing a great job giving them no counterattacking chances.
Oh no, Southampton's good at that. When they get ahead, they'll tighten down those screws. And
the Yellow Bumblebees are doing a good job.
what else did I give out?
I think that's all that we gave out. I mean, couple unders on, like I said, the Villa Liverpool game.
Villa Liverpool under. City Southampton under.
Yep.
And the Arsenal Wolves over on the corners.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. The corner play. I forgot the corner play.
Under 3. Okay.
Nottingham scores in the Championship League. They're up 2-0 on Luton. That's kind of surprising.
All right.
Let's get the Zagreb game out of there since I already finished. Glad I stayed away from Ligue 1 too. I really looked at that too because Paris sucks. Paris can't score. I mean, you literally drew with a team that had 2 red cards.
Jesus Christ.
The Dons are up 2-0. That was a game I looked at the over and the Dons, but the Dons were heavy favorites.
I still can't believe how much you asked me last week about Toronto and NYFC. You're like, why is the price so short on NYFC? And so I Toronto's legit,
Yep.
And
they're proving it. And all
Toronto,
powers to them.
The line came out yesterday, and they're still getting disrespected. I mean, how do you not take Toronto right now?
Yeah.
I mean, Seattle's a good team, granted. I mean, they're a dangerous team, but Toronto is just they're one of those teams that are catching fire right now. Those are teams you want to back.
Agreed. Definitely agree.
I mean, you can get Toronto. You can still get them at draw double chance at I think it's 1.95.
That game's Sunday, right?
It's next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, it's on the 11th.
Okay. That's
a long time.
Yeah, Levante scores. Damn it. Let's see if this one counts. Yep, it counts. Now you got 30 minutes left. Damn it. That Barcelona minus 1.5 looks like it's going to go down in flames. What's the Barcelona live score? To give you a little college football action that's happened because it has kicked off. Houston's up early on UCF 7-0. Wake Forest is up on NC State 7-0. Old Dominion's up on FIU 7-0. Michigan's up on Maryland 7-0, and first and goal at the 1.
I think.
Oh, that was a gorgeous goal. Boom, right there in the corner. No chance for the keeper. Doesn't even give a full extension on the hand.
I have. I took Nebraska -3. I think that was on Tuesday or Wednesday. I took that. It was -3. Now it's -4.5.
Yeah, touchdown Michigan. Yeah, I know it was -21, but it was -21 for a reason. Maryland can't throw the ball. So if you can literally stop the run, they can't do anything. They lost their last game 52-10. They lost to Indiana. Come on, really? 28-34. They lost to Purdue 14-40. They beat Rutgers. Ooh. They lost to Penn State 59-0. I mean, Maryland can't throw the ball. If you could stop the run, they're going to play Michigan and they're going to play Ohio State game.
Right.
They may lose combined by 100 points in those two games. I will tell you, I literally am probably going to jump on the halftime score of Michigan because some moron's going to put that at like a -4. And Michigan's going to win by like 20 points in the half. Maryland blows. They can't throw the football. And if you can't throw the football, you can't win. Chippewas are beating Northern Illinois 7-0. Are you kidding me? Kidding me. Levante, another curling strike. Levante leads versus Barcelona. If you're on the over, you're happy. What a curl that was. I do love the announcer that does the La Liga games. You get the British old announcers there. Oh, he just goes absolutely nuts. It's like listening to Dick Vitale for soccer. Levante leads 2-1. Millwall finally scores 2-1 there. Dortmund scores again just to throw more in my face for this Dortmund-Wolfsburg game. 3-0. Freiburg is going to spoil the party for Werder Bremen here with a red card. And it looks like they may pull off a draw.
I was telling a friend of mine
whether it's on sides
during the summer, during the Gold Cup, you get to watch Mexico games, and the Mexico announcers, they make a throw-in sound like the most exciting play you've ever heard in the world. They're just the way they announce it it's phenomenal.
Yeah. That's
yeah, I don't know what the hell they're saying, but the way they announce and the way they talk, and it's a meaningless throw-in. If you're not watching and you're just listening, you think a goal is about to be scored. It's just the most exciting thing in the world.
Yeah, it's interesting. Houston went to this guy Clayton Tune, and all of a sudden Houston is a juggernaut again. They're up 7-0, about to go in again on UCF. Big sack there puts them out. Yeah, but announcers make sometimes the game fun. I mean, when you get the guys who are into it in there, I mean, I look at the Premier League guys and they're boring as hell.
A few of them are pretty good.
But they don't really get into it. I mean, they get into it with a goal, but you don't hear about the build-up.
No,
you don't hear about anything. It's just kind of like, okay. Half the game is he's running around. He's moving. Good pass. Missed an opportunity there. Like, come on. How do you get excited for that? So could City lose to Southampton?
Oh, I'm hoping so. Drop some points.
The Werder Bremen loses their win on the 94th minute to a team with 10 men. RB Leipzig does push at -8. Huddersfield scores. Swansea and Wigan already happened. Let's see what else we got live.
So, kicking off in a little over half an hour on the show yesterday, I gave out Inter Milan 2.05 straight win and Inter -1 at 3.0.
Yeah, that's a good bet. I'm on Inter Milan. I gave that there. I like the over 2.5 as well. I definitely agree with that. Lautaro Martinez has been great there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're forced. They don't have enough guys. It'll be interesting to see who they line up, whether they line up Lukaku with obviously European games coming this weekend. I mean, I don't think he's the guy that you want to play 90 minutes and then turn around and try to play 90 minutes in 2 days. I'm waiting to kind of see the lineup. Bologna's
They should have a
team that
lineup.
screwed me up in the past. How late did you want to go? I was kind of thinking right around 12:30, 12:45 with everything going on, and most of the games look like getting to the end here, probably the Premier League games. Is that your kind of thought process?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I've already, gave out 3 looks, 3 bets that I took live. I know you gave out some before I was able to come on, so yeah, that's a good.
Yep,
it's a good time.
Cardiff with the red card scores seems to be the theme of the day. Oh, one of the other things I'm on people ask me on a play, and I gave this out and I told you, I am on the Liberty Massachusetts game over 68. Massachusetts defense blows. They just absolutely blow. They couldn't stop the Little Sisters of the Poor. Liberty is, whether Liberty covers the 20, I don't know because it's Liberty. But you look at the scores of Massachusetts, they gave up 56, 69, 44, 29, 62, 52, 45, 48. They give up 45 to Southern Illinois. And just on that note, there's already been 14 points scored in this game. You're at the 9-minute mark. And Liberty just had a 62-yard run and a 5-yard touchdown, and now it's 14-7. 21 points in 6 minutes.
Wow.
Goal City! Beautiful goal. One-timer. A low cross into the box. Aguero uses the side of his foot. Keeper has no shot. Whole goal took 2 seconds.
Oh, man.
Gorgeous goal. If you haven't seen this, it's gorgeous. Play to the middle. Let's lengthen the field. Widen the play. Easy little cross. One time right there, right away. One touch. Takes it right on the end line. Ooh, VAR. This ball doesn't completely cross. Aguero scores. There, that's the only question.
This
is definitely going to go to VAR. No, the ball definitely doesn't cross.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I think he actually 5-holed the keeper, didn't he?
I think.
Did he 5-hole the keeper?
Yeah.
He 5-hole the keeper on the one-timer. That's one thing you don't normally see. Brighton is going to score here, take the lead, 1-0. Oh, let me switch the live soccer. I switched that. The goal counts. City still having a chance to pull this off. I like City trying to win the league, and I like at least having a chance. So, switch back on that. Also, I'm on that draw at plus 320, so that's not too bad. UCF moving right down the field, down 10-0. Did they spot Houston 10 points, or does they have a chance? Maryland actually gets down the field. Oh, on 2 penalties. They completed a pass.
UCF's got to be a fade team. I mean, after they lost, they're not going to cover any of those big spreads.
But Houston's on their 4th quarterback. Now the kid has looked really good, but they're on their 4th quarterback, and they've lost to. I mean, they barely beat Connecticut, and Connecticut blows. Yeah, I mean, they lost that game to Cincinnati, but they came out, then they beat East Carolina by 13, then they beat Temple by 42. You're at home versus a Houston team that hasn't, let me see, your best 2 players redshirted.
They were laying, 26 to East Carolina?
Yeah.
Something around there.
Yeah. It's always in the 20s because their offense could score. Boston College is up 10-7. I think Boston College wins this game. If the line's not too bad, they haven't actually gone in yet. That might be a live play to jump on, especially if it's pretty small. Okay, no good old book with 0 lines. Levante is just shocking the world. 3-1 on Barcelona. Well, if you're on the over, at least you cash that. The over was 3.5 again. But the wrong team scored. City coming right down. Throws the defender out of the way. No call. Into Aguero. Back to De Bruyne. The appeal for handball. Is this going to be a VAR decision? Because the rule in the Premier League doesn't mean it has to be intentional. If it hits, it hits. You have De Silva giving a straight elbow right to the defender, knocking him down. Look, I'm wide open. Kyle Walker, actually, sorry. West Ham finally scores. They decided to play.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the
It
party.
would have been nice if they would have not given up that third goal. Would have had a chance to walk out of here. You have an appeal to handball. Let's see what that actions. Maryland's got 4th and 1 at the Michigan 17. Down 4-0. Second and goal for UCF. UCF live is minus 13.5. Let's look at what soccer live actions we have possibly. We're going to stay away from Premier League. There's no more time left. Not enough where I think we can make anything. Hull scored again. Fulham is getting slaughtered. 2-0. Leeds QPR. No one can freaking score in that game. Come on.
That's good. I got the over in that one, so.
Yeah, the bookies still gave you the over at halftime, which meant they thought that was going to happen. Sochi stuck on 2. Zenit Moscow, no score. Gazmadan, that under 2.5 looks good. We're at 0. Arsenal hanging on to a 1-0 lead. The fact that Arsenal's hanging on to any league is kind of funny.
Do you have any sort of props of which manager will be sacked first or which manager will be sacked next?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What are your numbers right now for Emery
Don't count out Barcelona. Messi scores.
Emery to be sacked?
Let me look. 1 second.
I think if they keep dropping points, he'll be sacked. He'll be sacked before Christmas, if not during that break.
All right, so I'm looking at my.
That Christmas, that 2-week, 3-week stretch in the Premier League where they play five matches in like 15-day, 21-day span. If he doesn't get his shit together, he'll be sacked.
There goes the win. Wolves score 1-1. Let me look at what I got here. Champions League, Promo League, odds to win.
Yeah, they were given both teams a score to 1.8. Should have freaking jumped on that.
I got an MLS line of minus 215 in there for Seattle. Seattle's definitely the heavy favorite.
That's amazing to me.
Actually, right now I don't have that. I had that the other day. Let's see. Nope, I don't have it. City almost scored right on the doorstep. Denied.
Oh, we've already.
Selji scores.
We've already gone over.
Scores again, and they took away the Messi goal for offsides.
We've already gone over our 10.5 corners for Arsenal Wolverhampton. We're at 13 right now, so that's already a winner.
There's another winner.
That's already a winner.
Cash that. Yep, our Slovenian master. For anybody who tailed that, looks really, really good. Gazmadan also was given out by our buddy Aaron in the chat. We're still at 0-0. Zenit 0-0. My draw with City is hanging on by a small thread. Wait, hold on.
Oh shit.
And in other news, Massachusetts almost went right down. Oh, they failed. They missed the 4th and 2. They went for it. Maryland went for it too, and by the way, missed it. So Michigan is up 21-0 and has the ball. Wake Forest, who was a -8 favorite, is up 20-0, 21-0. Houston, right after giving up that touchdown to UCF, is up 10-7. You might want to jump on the over on this.
That's a huge mistake by the fucking goalkeeper. The hell is he thinking?
Yeah, get a free kick to City here. Who takes it, De Bruyne or De Silva? Michigan live is -30.5 right now to Maryland. You know what the sad part is? That 30.5 doesn't look that appetizing, and I have a play ending on Michigan. So my West Ham, Florida State is not going to happen, so I've got to find some more plays for Maryland. Oh, curled it in. De Bruyne misses by the outside post.
Oh shit.
I think I'm going to wait till over 35 for Michigan before I take that live. Houston, this sophomore kid, it looks really, really good. He's hadn't played last week, threw for 400 yards. Next came in now. He's got 113 yards already versus UCF. They're going in again, down to the UCF too. I'd really like to get on the over with that because I don't think either team can stop each other. Chippewas are about to score. Oh. Do we take a shot on Arsenal live? I know that just basically kills you.
Hell no. We've already cashed on that game, so I think we leave it alone. I think it's fascinating that we're getting an over 1.5 now at 1.8 on Aston Villa and Liverpool.
Still?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
They just think goal war is going to happen in that game.
And it's going up. Now it's 1.83.
Well, I see a total regulation goals of -125. I don't have that other. Do we take the odd thing? The answer: a Liverpool draw no bet is at -4 is plus 400, plus 450 with 15 minutes left. I understand you're basically taking it to push, but because I don't think they're going to score 2.
I have Liverpool draw double chance right now at 2.5. It's going up now. It's 2.55.
Aston Villa's next goal in regulation is plus 675. Are they going forward? Or are they just sitting back?
Yeah, they're trying to sit back and soak up some pressure, which is not something you want to do against Liverpool. But I mean, more power to them. Aston Villa at home. It's a tough place to go. It's still going up now. 2.6 now.
City has him under there, right in the box. Aguero deflected. Gonna be a corner. Right in the box, right in the there. Nobody can get a hold of it. The ball was just bouncing there.
Wow.
Houston, Central Florida live. 84.5. 17-7. I have a rule.
It's interesting.
Once we get near 85, I take the under just on principle alone. Nebraska up 7-0 going in.
There
Michigan stuck at 14. Might have had a chance to take that 30.5. That might have been nice. But I don't think that. Oh. Wake Forest. That was the play. They are just slaughtering NC State. Chippewas, too. 21-3. It was a 1.5 point line. Gorico scores in Croatia versus the top team, Hajduk Split. It's another team I like to take in Akas, but I stayed away because Gorica's actually had pretty good success for Spain.
Hajduk. What are your NFL looks tomorrow?
I'm trying to decide why everyone's on Jacksonville. I mean,
I don't touch those when they go international. I don't touch those games.
personally, I'm probably going to take Houston on one of them. I like Seattle to cover the 5 versus Tampa. I like Green Bay to win versus LA. And then I like New England -3.
I took Green Bay.
I like Cleveland too. Cleveland, it's a house call.
I took Green Bay. I took Cleveland. I grabbed Raiders and Lions over. I was actually waiting for a better number, and I actually ended up getting a plus line on that. Yeah, 50.5.
On an over?
I got plus 105, I think.
On a total, I never get any overs. Any plus money.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird that popped up, and yeah, I grabbed that right when I saw it. And
sorry to interrupt. City
I think
scores. Leeds scores. City scored.
Son of a bitch.
Well, that under 3.5 should be fine, though. How do you get it? I still try to. How do you get plus money on points? Yeah. So we need one more for QPR or Leeds. The only question is, are the Leeds really going to push forward? So your book gives you plus money on the Detroit Raiders game. I like that. I like that over.
Yeah, I think Stafford has a good game. He's offsides.
That defender's hanging in the back. That's not the goalie. There's no way he's offsides. I don't know why he's just hanging back there, but he kept him on sides. All right. If you didn't get on the 84, UCF just scored again. It's 17-14. Also, we have another touchdown in that Liberty game. 28 points in the first quarter.
Wow.
So go back with your plays again. So you're on the Lions over. And what were you on after that? Sorry, I interrupted you with the live action here.
I was on the Browns and Green Bay.
Yeah, I just don't think LAC Chargers have any home field advantage.
And I took the Steelers.
I heard a lot of people are on the Steelers, but I haven't pulled the trigger.
Once T.Y. Hilton was rolled out, I mean, I usually have a huge part of their offense. I usually have a rule with the Colts because every time, they you always hear about, don't bet on your teams, So I usually don't bet on the Colts. Don't bet against them. Every time I bet against them, they win. Every time I bet on them, they lose. So I usually stay away, but once T.Y. Hilton was ruled out, I grabbed Steelers at that +1. It was, and then it quickly went to, Steelers' way. So
Yeah, I still see it only at -1 though.
I got it at last I saw it was a pick'em.
So one of my books is really fun. Once the line goes really live over 90, it just pulls it. It just says, no, you can't have it. So the Houston UCF game, the live total is 82.5. Like I said, damn, I missed that 86. It didn't actually go in.
Yeah, you can still get Steelers at +1. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. Nebraska's up 10-0. Central Michigan's up 21-0. 21-7 in this Liberty, Massachusetts game. Houston, UCF, there's not enough points on the scoreboard. They may hit 100 points. Slavia Prague scores. Cardiff. Oh, no, Birmingham scores. Makes it close. Liverpool ties it up 1-1. City on a breakaway. 2-on-1. Does he screw this up? He keeps it himself. What the hell was he doing? Pass the ball. Come on. For those of you who played FIFA, you knew that was a pass the ball. It was 2-on-1. Pass to the left. He comes over. He passes to the right. Come on. That's come on. They screwed that up. Derby scores. Hull scores. Blackburn scores.
Are we over now in Fulham and Hull?
Yeah, over 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that worked out. Liverpool, Robertson, the defender, scores. We got 1-1 in that game. West Ham scores again. We're going to be down 1. Shoot, if that team just didn't give up that third goal, we would have been in there. Chippewa's about to score again. Houston just proving the UCF defense sucks. Come on. Give me a live line. Stop unlocking the game. No one's going to score 400 points. Come on, let's go. I'm taking the under 88.5. UCF. I know this is a soccer betting show, but I'm sorry. I also follow college football. I'm on the under 88.5. It's probably not going to cash, but there's just too many damn points.
What are
Thanks to a BC.
What were you looking at for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, there was a couple things that we talked about.
I know I gave out.
You gave out Leicester money line.
Leicester.
That was
I had
the big
Pauk.
play. You gave Paok -1.5.
Yeah, Pauk should roll.
Those are all I had. I rewatched the whole show and I wrote down what we had. I gave out Olsen over 2.5 for 3, depending upon what the line is. I didn't have a line on that yet. I gave out Midtjylland money line in their cup game. CSK Moscow scores, takes a 1-0 on Zenit. That's not good. We don't want that.
I ended up after last night trying to look for plays for the rest of the weekend. I ended up jumping on Preston, Toronto bet.
Yeah, I could see that.
Preston's a good team.
Yeah. What'd you give away in the Serie A show for Atlanta and Cagliari? Larry.
I didn't have that Serie A for this weekend. I had the Inter plays. I had Juve and under 4.5. And tomorrow I had Verona and Brescia under. those types of teams, I don't think they're going to be deep enough. They had, they just had a midweek match, and now they're going to come into, another weekend. I don't think they're deep enough to, to rotate and have, good enough squad to try to go out there and score some goals. So I grabbed that under at 1.95, almost even money.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So those were my Serie A looks. I ended up taking for tomorrow Augsburg and Schalke over.
Okay.
So those are my Sunday looks. I got Leicester, Preston, Hauk, Verona Brescia under, and Augsburg Schalke over.
It's not bad. Look, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of value. There's not a lot of games I like.
This was a tough weekend. I was
really weird matchups. Yeah.
Talking to a buddy of mine last night. It's a tough weekend. I mean,
there's nothing in Serie A that I look and I say I've been burned by Fiorentina week after week. Maybe Brescia versus Verona. I'll take a look, but I need to look at there. I like this Brescia team.
I like. Yeah, we mentioned Brescia a couple weeks ago on the show. I like Lecce. I didn't think there was enough this weekend, though, but Brescia and Lecce are teams that I'm looking to back. Because I don't think, there's going to be – the books are going to keep up with those teams because, they're newly promoted. So,
yep. I mean, this FCSB team, I didn't look at the odd number, but that might be interesting for Sepsi.
Oh, Pep, sit your ass down.
Arsenal fails to get the over 2.5 and draws. Yeah, we should have picked the draw. What we should have said, yeah, we know Arsenal was going to shit the bed, and they were going to draw, and that's it. City wins 2-1. The under 3.5 cashes without any issue. Liverpool under 3.5 should cash. So
three wins right there.
Yeah, I will put the post the wins in the Discord always so people can see it, see what everybody's on. So the live plays so far that we've given out on the show, we gave out the MLS live. That was our first winner under 4.5. We gave out Chievo, win the rest of regulation at plus 330.
Ooh, Liverpool's got a free kick right outside the box.
We lost the Chievo under.
Let's go.
2.5.
Let's go.
Yeah, they only got a corner out of it.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
Free kick happened. He missed the goal. I don't know how they got a corner. Yes,
you're ahead of me by like 8 seconds.
Sorry, I'll be quiet then.
Oh, no, you're good.
The Liverpool under 3.5, we cashed. The City under 3.5, we cashed. We lost the Wolfsburg. Draw no bet at plus 300. Goal, Liverpool! 2-1. It still works out. You have the 1.5. You're still happy. You didn't take Aston Villa straight, did you?
No, I had them plus 1.5.
Yeah. I think you're good. I think they're going to pass the ball around for 30 seconds here. So, we got the Arsenal corners. That cashed. We got the Eintracht.
Sadio Mane, you beautiful bastard.
That cashed.
Brilliant.
I lost. I took it, so I guess I will have to clear it as a play. Leeds finishes up 2-0. That loses. That sucks. Barcelona loses 3-1. Really like their lineup too. Same thing like with PSG. Worst thing is I told myself Friday coming in that I wasn't going to take any Champions League stuff.
I've made a commitment to completely ignore La Liga this season.
I have to have a futures bet on Barcelona winning the whole league.
I ended up taking Hitafe yesterday, which came through, but La Liga is just such up and down shit show.
Yeah, it's tough. Hatafe is one of those teams in and out. I've hit with them. I've lost with them. Kind of the same there. So to basically end the show, I think we pretty much had a good day. It looks like we had 2 losses. I'll have to look. We might have a third loss in there as well. I know I personally have a third loss because I took the West Ham plus 400. But overall, I see 6 winners, 2 losses. I'll take that for a show. Plus 6 and 2 on our picks that we gave out on the Thursday show. So that's a 12 and 4 out of 2 days. So those of you who join the show, tell your buddies, tell your friends. That's good money. So we can't complain about that at all. Enter some college football. What's there? There's plays I gave. People asked me about my 12 o'clock plays. I was on UCF minus 21. That looks like that's going to lose. I was on Liberty over 68. There's 35 points scored with 14 minutes left in the second quarter. That looks pretty good. I was on Michigan minus 21. Maryland, for the second time in a row, gets down to the red zone and cannot score. They missed the field goal. 14-0 Michigan.
What do you think about
plays I gave? Yeah. Yep.
What do you think about Florida and Georgia?
Everybody and their mother on Florida.
Yeah, I know.
I think Georgia wins the game.
I think
Georgia. I took Georgia plus 6. Split.
Georgia's laying 6.
Is it laying 6? Yeah, sorry, they're laying 6. Yeah, I have Georgia ending in a parlay at minus 6. Yes, I will probably put just the amount of the parlay on Florida because the line went up to 6.5. So I'll probably, or I'll do that in a teaser with something else just to make sure I don't lose anything on the game.
Yeah.
But my gut feeling is this is Georgia's Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Florida is good, but hasn't stopped the pass. LSU proved that.
Right.
Yeah. Yella, I took under 89.5 in that game. Yeah, and I took the over 2.5 in the Hertha Berlin game that's on the Discord.
What do you think about Vatek and Notre Dame?
Stay away. But this Vatek team, you almost got to throw away the record because since they made the quarterback switch, they barely won versus North Carolina, but they won. They're winning games. They won versus Miami. They won versus Rhode Island. They won versus North Carolina. The freshman quarterback's 20-0. The difference is the defense still sucks.
Right.
They give up 35, 17, and 41. I think Notre Dame's going to put up points galore. I take the over. And in other news, Massachusetts is about to score and make this 35 to 42 points in the first half. I think Shea Patterson just threw a pick. No, my screen sometimes screws up. Yep, Massachusetts has a first and goal at the Liberty 2. This is going to be 42 points with 12 minutes left in the half. Yeah, I took the under 89 yellow on the one thing, just strictly on principle. It's college football. It loses all the time there, but they also start to tighten up too. And I figured I'll take the under 89 probably at halftime. I can either squeeze out of it or do something of that nature. But yeah. But I think we're going to end it there. That's our show. Thanks for everybody for joining us. Join us Wednesday or Thursday. Mike, we'll talk. We'll see what you like. I'm Sean the Fox. He's Chef Michael. Mike, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, guys, you can always find me at on Twitter, Chef Michael 1128. Send some questions over. Whatever you guys want us to break down. Happy to break down some other games. Other looks you guys like, other than leagues. Don't we usually try to stick to, but always send some questions over. I know a couple guys asked me about some games yesterday. So that's always, so just send some questions over, break them down. Always happy to do that.
All right. Sounds good. That's it. That's a wrap. I can be reached at Sean's Fox Plays and Twitters. Most of you are in here know it. Anybody who sees this later that there hits us up. Always hit me up in the Discord as well. You can find the Discord access and invites on my channel as well. Thanks everybody for joining us. That's a wrap.